Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my post-game recap on the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Now let's get on to the stats. Now, for the stats of this game, Russell Wilson had 43 passes, 27 which were completed, 263 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Honestly, Russell Wilson went from being an MVP caliber quarterback to being a decent quarterback. I don't know what happened, but as far as I can see, he's still a good quarterback, no doubt in my mind. But he's not the MVP anymore. The MVP race might be going to someone else. But as far as I can see, Russell Wilson is still doing fine. But he shouldn't be doing fine. He should be doing amazingly, in my opinion. Now for the run game, we got Carson running 13 times, 65 yards. Russell Wilson, 7 carries for 45. And Carlos Hyde 2 for 1 yard. And honestly, I'm going to say this. Our run game went from incredible, from the return of both Hyde and Carson, to trash again. I don't know what's happening, but we just lost to a team who basically has their backup quarterback. But as far as I can see, our run game isn't working anymore for some reason. We had both Carson and Hyde back, and we're now trash again, even though we have guys back. You guys got to step it up. That's all I have to say for you guys. You guys got to step it up in the run game. Because in the pass game, we're all right. But in the run game, we're doing, what is this? 65 yards? Like, really, Carson? You should be getting 100 yards a game, in my opinion. Now, for the receiving game, we got DK Metcalf, 5 receptions for 80 yards. Lockett, 6 receptions for 63 yards. Chris Carson, 45 yards out of 3 receptions, and he's the only one who scored a touchdown in this game for the Seattle Seahawks. Then we have tight end Will Dissly with 4 receptions for 28 yards. Jacob Hollister with 3 receptions for 20 yards. DJ Dallas, 2 receptions for 11 yards. Carlos Hyde, 3 receptions for 10 yards. And David Moore, 1 reception for 6 yards. And honestly, we're doing decent. We're doing decent in the receiving game. Metcalf and Tyler are still our top receivers, and honestly, that's what we do. And Josh Gordon, I think we should put him a bit more into the game. Maybe into the game plan. But as far as I can see, Lockett and Metcalf are doing fine. But it's still our defense and sometimes our offense, apparently, that just costs us the game. We're just not that good anymore. I didn't even think from the start we were going to make the Super Bowl. But at least we'd have a chance. I think it would have happened. Like, maybe go to the NFC Championship game. That's the high. But then you either lose in the first round or lose in the NFC Championship game. Because there's no way Seattle's going to the Super Bowl. And that's coming from a Seahawks fan. I have no hope that Seattle goes to the Super Bowl. I do have hopes that they go to the playoffs. But they're not going to the Super Bowl. No doubt in my mind. Doesn't matter what any Seahawks fans say, even myself, there's no way we're going to the Super Bowl with this team. And if we get to the Super Bowl, we're going to lose it because of this team. The defense is horrible. We're basically the Pittsburgh Steelers, but we've just not been undefeated for the longest time. We've just been what the Steelers should have been. And to be honest, this game showed it. And to be honest, I'm going to say this. Russell Wilson, doing decent, but do better. Carson, you're doing trash, do better. DK, you're doing fine, do better. Every single guy on the roster has to do better. The defense has to do better. The special teams has to do better. The receiving game has to do better. Everyone on the team has to do better. Pete Carroll, get your head in the game, because guess what? You have to do better too. This is not only the Seahawks' loss, this is your loss too. So I'm just saying. We're not getting to the Super Bowl this year. And if we do, we're out. We're losing. Now on to the New York Giants stats. Colt McCoy had 22 passes, 13 which were completed, 105 yards, a touchdown, and a pick which went for 6. And to be honest, that's what we should be doing. Maybe getting some more picks, but that's what we should be doing to quarterbacks. But apparently we're only doing it to some bad teams. We're not even doing it to some good teams. We're doing it against bad teams. While in the rushing game, we got Wayne Gallman, 16 carries for 35 yards. Alfred Morris, 8 carries for 39 yards. and a touchdown. The only rushing touchdown of the Giants. Then you get Elijah Penny going 2 carries for 8 yards, 3 carries for 6 yards for Dion Lewis, and Colt McCoy getting 2 carries for 2 yards. And to be honest, that's what is we doing on the run game. We're not doing well. I don't care who is out. Next man up is always the thing we need to do. We always need to do is next man up. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a rookie. I don't care if you're a 40-year veteran. You have to do the job. And you have to be the next man up. And you can't screw up, because if you screw up, especially if you're a veteran, you're out. If you're a rookie and you mess up, you're out. That's what's going to happen. That's what you need to do. You need to start making the plays. That's what you need to do. And honestly, allowing Gallman to run on us for 135 yards. How did that happen? How do we allow this? Honestly, our defense is trash. We're the worst defense in the NFL right now. We were the best defense in the NFL and possibly in NFL history, maybe not against the Chicago Bears of '85. But to be honest, in 2013, we had the best defense, and guess what? We won the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl against the best offense in the league and possibly the best offense in NFL history. And a league's MVP was on that roster. And what did we do? We trashed him. We trashed him all day for a 43-8 victory. Honestly, where was that team? It all went away. Everyone's gone. Everyone in the Legion of Boom is gone. If you count KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner, they're the only 2 remaining members of the Legion of Boom. But I'm just going to say this. It's basically only Wilson and those 2 guys that are left from that team on this team. If I'm mistaken, please tell me in the comments below. Now, in the receiving game, we got Evan Ingram getting 4 receptions for 32 yards. Our former wide receiver Golden Tate is in this game, and he got 4 receptions for 30 yards. Sterling Shepard, 1 reception for 22 yards. Then we got Darius Slayton getting 1 reception for 14 yards. Alfred Morris, a running back, got 1 reception for 6 yards, and that was a touchdown. And then Caden Smith getting 1 reception for 3 yards. And then CJ Board getting 1 reception for -2 yards. Honestly, we did well when it comes to the pass game. But I'm just saying, I don't know. This defense is just trash. We're the worst defense in the league. Possibly the worst in NFL history. Maybe not. I bet there's more worse defense. But that's just how we feel. And to be honest, we're not fans like a bunch of fans like saying, oh, we're good, we've been good. And the first time they're bad, they tear apart the city. Like, there's some tortured fan bases that basically are like that. But we are not, because we just won a Super Bowl a few years ago. To be honest, Philly is still like that probably, even though they won a Super Bowl later than us, after us, basically. And beating the team that beat us in the Super Bowl for third time going to the Super Bowl. But to be honest, we are not the fan bases to basically say, oh no, screw this team, this team is bad. No, we're the fans that basically say, hey, I don't care about these bandwagoners. We care about you. And honestly, me growing up in Lakewood, Washington, just if I'm not mistaken, an hour from Seattle, I even went to the stadium when it was called Quest Field, to be honest. And I'm going to just say this. I've been a long life Seahawks fan for years. And this team went from me watching the trash team we've had go win a Super Bowl, then going back to trash on defense. Because Russell Wilson's the only reason why we have been actually living with winning seasons since his arrival. That's the only reason why we have winning seasons, is because of Russell Wilson. Now, what is my conclusion for this game? We're trash. That's my conclusion. We're trash. We lost to a team who is leading their division with a 5-7 record. Honestly, what do you want me to say? We lost to a team who we should have beat. Honestly, I knew this was going to happen. I knew one of these teams was going to beat us. I don't think the Jets will. The Jets are that horrible that I don't think even our defense will basically be, oh my god. That team is just going to be horrific. But I'm just saying this. For this game, Seattle, you took an L. Take your L. Very good. Look at it. Examine it. Do all your little twerks you need to do. So the next week, when we go against the Jets, we go and win. Because that's what Seattle needs to do for the rest of the year. Win, 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 and win. Because we got this next games against, if I'm not mistaken, we got 4 games left in the year. The last 2 being against San Francisco and LA. We have to beat LA and we have to beat San Francisco. That's it. We have to beat the next 2 games against the Jets. And I don't remember who the other one was. I'll probably put it up on screen right now. But I'm going to just say this. The last 2 against the Rams and the 49ers, those are the key games we need to win in order to make the playoffs as the division champions. But I don't think we're going to even do that, because I think we are going to be a wild card team if we don't get it together, because Los Angeles is getting it together. And they were considered to be trash earlier in the year. In the offseason, they were like, oh no, this guy's, they just shipped off everyone. They're going to probably be tanking pretty soon. I know they gave up a bunch for Jalen Ramsey. No, then they're good. They're good. They're good enough. They can beat us. And they have beat us. But this next game against the Rams and 49ers in the last 2 games of the season, those are the key games we need to win. And we need to win every single lot. We have to win out. Either we have to win out, or if we lose 1 or 2 games, and then we beat the Rams and the 49ers, while the Rams do something, they go on the downturn, we can win the division. But as far as I can see, we're not good enough to even scrub the floor against these guys. Now that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think about Seattle's trash defense? What do you think about us in general? What do you think about our loss against the Giants? Do you think we're going to beat the Jets? Do you think we're going to be the ones to lose the Jets first? I don't know, maybe. Who knows what Seattle could do against the Jets. But as far as I can see, I think we're going to win against the Jets. And I think we're going to win out the rest 4 games. I think. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. But hopefully we win out the rest of the season. Now, like this video if you liked it. Subscribe and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.